Welcome back to my channel. As always, I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. And on tonight's episode of Truckin' It, well, I had to do some Stockyards therapy to do some de-stressing after this heck of a weekend. And I would like to let y'all know about some upcoming weather that could put you in danger tomorrow and Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, please consult your local meteorologist and your local media sources for more info before I continue on. Because in your specific area, you might have a different situation from what I'm fixing to face tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Stay tuned. Welcome back. And first things first, I'm starting you off with some shots I did at my Stockyards therapy session today. Because I need y'all to calm down, pay attention, and I'm going to let you know what's going on with this weather in a couple minutes. First, importance of de-stressing. I had one heck of a week this past week. And I just got home a little bit ago. And I feel it's very urgent to update y'all who follow my channel instead of watching the Super Bowl. Or the big game. Or whatever they want to call it this year. Now, I'm on my living room couch. So you may notice the little red curtain behind me and the black leather. I want y'all to understand me here when I say you got to have something to do to de-stress. Because if you've had a rough week like what I've had, you do not, and I repeat, do not want to be taking it out on other drivers on the road, especially when bad weather's about to hit. That said, let's talk about that bad weather. So what this little graphic's showing, and by the way, thank you National Weather Service Fort Worth and NBC5 meteorologist Rick Mitchell for sharing this info. If you are going to be trucking in Texas tomorrow night, you need to have a plan to either hunker down or get out of here before Wednesday morning. Because we're going to have strong winds. We're going to have snow, rain, and ice. Let's start with the strong wind event first. It's already happening out in California and Nevada tonight. I have already heard of airports closing and having flight cancellations due to wind gusts that are 75 to 80 miles per hour out there. There's a lot of blowing dust. There's a lot of nasty stuff happening. So, if you're going to think about going out there, you may want to have another plan in place at this point. And you need to be seeking safety right now. If you are headed for the East Coast like I am, it might be a wise idea to hold off on your departure or to depart early, one of the two. In particular, I know of several states that do not have de-icing equipment, and Texas is amongst those. So, we'll start with Texas first. Now, this is an ice event. This is not a snow event. First thing. What this means is that there may be some snowfall. But it's not going to be a blizzard, and it's not going to be a whiteout condition, anything like that. What it's going to be is the clear and white stuff that's actually sticking to the roads. This is the stuff we call ice and is normally reserved for putting in lemonade. You got it? It does not belong on the roads. And therefore, if you're going to be traveling Tuesday night, Wednesday night, you need to be prepared for ice. You need to have, if you have chains, you might need them. But for the most part, we don't use chains down here. Because our roads are not built for having that kind of abuse. You will need to have a survival kit that includes extra food, clothes, blankets, and stuff to keep you warm in case your truck breaks down or slides off the road. Now this is very important. If you are going to be sleeping in the bunk of a truck that's moving, or if you're going to be driving on these roads at all, and I do not care how fast you're going, seat belts are required, and not just by law. It is for your safety that you have that seatbelt and bunk restraint on no matter how slow you're going. Now, for Tuesday night, it's going to start out as rain, and then it's gradually going to transition to snow. And with Texas not having that many salt spreaders, what they're going to do is they're going to go out and pre-treat the roads with the chemicals they use for pre-treatment. But once those chemicals wear off, then it's an attack plan. And it's going to be based on how many accidents and crashes occur. Now, just a little bit ago, one of the big lawyers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area won a $90 million lawsuit against Werner Enterprises because they put a rookie driver on this type of situation. If you do not have experience driving on snow and ice, or if you don't feel comfortable doing it, you need to stay off the roads. It's that simple. Go to a truck stop, rest area, or safe place and hunker down because no load is worth your life no matter what your company tells you. Now, what about guys like the FedExers, like me? Well, we've sort of got to plan ourselves. And most of the contractors, mine included, have an open door policy when it comes to weather. That is, we'll keep you advised, and they'll keep us advised, and by way of phone calls, text messages, etc. Also, we get weather maps in the office, weather maps on our phones and mobile apps. So, if we have severe weather and it starts shutting down highways, we're going to know about it. And we've got some options to reroute, relay, or otherwise hunker down. And, by the way, it's the decision of the driver. Not just at FedEx, but everywhere. Anytime ice or snow affects the road. If the driver's not confident to be able to keep the truck moving, he or she is advised to call dispatch. Let them know your location, where you're shut down, what type of situation it is, and if you can get an ETA, just do it. That's anytime there's snow or ice, not just here in Texas. Now, there will be no consequence for you trying to be safe. There will be consequences if you cause a crash on snow and ice and it's determined to be your fault. So if you're a FedExer and you're following my channel, you need to be aware of that policy. The whole thing is, we trust your judgment. And you're to keep them informed, no matter what. For other trucking companies, they may have similar policies, or they may ask you to keep going, depending on what type of trucking company they are. Make sure that if you have a route to follow, that you follow that route just as normal, and when the highway shuts down, you give them a phone call and you tell them what's going on. Because, quite frankly, some of these companies do not have weather team members on staff. They don't have access to the same resources that I've got, or that you might have on your phone. And they definitely don't have access to things that would help them stay informed. So, basically what I'm trying to tell you is this. Your dispatcher's probably paying attention to a load board, and that's it at some of these operations. And I can't trust their judgment, because you, as a driver, are the captain of the ship. You're seeing the stuff they're not. If they provide you with a drive cam or a dash cam of some kind, and they keep on hounding you that, oh, this load has to keep moving, this load has to do this load has to do that when this weather hits, I want you to take action. Document everything in writing and be ready to hit that button on the dash cam and show them what is going on. Because sometimes a picture is worth billions of words. And that would be the situation where it is. Now, if you don't necessarily have a drive cam and you are pulled off at a safe place, you can use your phone camera, or you can use something like what I'm about to pull out here. A regular digital camera. And be ready to send photos to them showing what's going on. Because that's the only way they're going to be able to believe you. Believe it or not. So sending pictures, send them a forecast, screen grab the radar, do whatever it takes to let them know, hey, I have to shut down here, road's closed, weather's bad. So, now me and my co-driver do have a plan to get out of Texas before the storm hits. And we're likely to get out Tuesday morning or perhaps Tuesday night. Or we may be taking part of the week off depending on how bad this is and what our boss tells us. That's after tomorrow. And after what happened last weekend, I could sure use a couple days off. So, yeah, especially after missing my birthday and several other things because I was stuck out on the road. It happens to the best of us. And not just me, but also I'm sure there's dozens of other drivers this has happened to. And I want y'all to remain vigilant about the weather, especially this week. Carry extra fluids, because you don't know when your air conditioner or your heater is going to go out. Make sure you carry extra food, extra blankets, extra clothes, and use your best judgment out here. Just take your time, relax, and think like a pilot. Have a safe place in mind if you're even thinking about going out this coming weekend and this coming week. Let's stay safe in order to make your best trip your next trip. And tune to local media. If you're in Fort Worth and you got a television set, you can tune to Channel 5, Channel 4, Channel 11, or Channel 8, and they will have somebody on there to give you an updated forecast. If you do the streaming stick thing, you can download the NBC DFW app, and that will give you access to live radar as well as to streaming newscasts. As for updates, you can follow any of your favorite meteorologists on Facebook. Look for the pages like Truckers Weather Updates and Road Conditions, as well as looking to pages that are weather related, including the National Weather Service offices themselves, which is where I got my graphic from earlier. And make sure that you stay informed on this situation. If you live east of Texas, like in Arkansas, Louisiana, or if you're going to be driving through any of those states, you still need to stay informed on those too, because a southern snowstorm might be a repeat of what happened in 2011 around this same time. So keep your guard up. And if you have to shut down, by all means do so. And really, shut down at a safe place. Do not shut down on the side of the highway. Because if you do the latter, you're going to be blocking traffic, blocking emergency vehicles, and risking your own life. Don't wait till the storm hits. Get as far as you can, and then shut down at the safe place. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Please consult your local media sources for updates on the situation as it develops and unfolds. And may God help us if the stores run out of supplies and the restaurants have to close down for a day or two to handle this situation. Because a little snow in Texas and a little ice elsewhere can have devastating consequences. So, be safe out there, y'all. And hey, if you're stopping in Fort Worth, go check out the Stockyards. But be sure to do so safely by taking an Uber, Lyft, or transit bus. Well, it is still safe to do so from your local truck stop. Bye for now.